So I just take each day as it comes, and it goes.
At 64, Michael J. Fox is living a chapter of life that feels quieter, more fragile, and yet more powerful than anything he experienced at the height of his fame. In recent years, fans have noticed something different. His family is always close, standing beside him at events, walking with him carefully, watching with protective eyes. It has sparked questions about what is really happening behind the scenes. To understand this moment, you have to go back to the beginning. Long before the awards and standing ovations, Michael was a military kid, constantly moving across Canada because of his father's service in the Royal Canadian Corps of Signals. New schools, new faces, new expectations, over and over again. Instead of shrinking, he adapted. Humor became his survival tool. If he could make people laugh, he could belong. That quick timing, that charm, would later define his career. When his dream of becoming a professional hockey player ended due to his small stature, it felt devastating at the time. But losing hockey led him to acting, first in a high school drama class, then into small film roles, and eventually into the role that changed everything. Alex P. Keaton on Family Ties. What was meant to be a supporting character became the heartbeat of the show. Soon after, he was racing between television sets and night shoots for Back to the Future, barely sleeping, running on ambition and belief. When the film exploded into global success, he became the face of a generation. Energetic, witty, unstoppable. But at just 29 years old, at the peak of that momentum, his hand began to tremble. What started as a subtle twitch became a diagnosis that shattered his sense of certainty. Parkinson's disease. Young, healthy, famous, and suddenly facing a progressive neurological disorder with no cure. Telling his wife, Tracy Pollan, was one of the hardest moments of his life. They cried once, and then made a quiet decision to fight together. For 7 years, he hid the diagnosis from the world, acting by day, managing symptoms by night, carefully timing medication so audiences would never see the struggle. The effort was exhausting. Fear turned into denial. Denial turned into alcohol. Until one night in 1992, passed out on the couch, he woke to Tracy's calm but piercing question, "Is this who you want to be?" The next day, he quit drinking. Sobriety became the first true act of courage in facing his illness. In 1998, he finally went public, and instead of retreating, he stepped forward, launching the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research, now one of the world's leading organizations funding Parkinson's research. Purpose replaced despair. Advocacy replaced secrecy. Still, the battle inside never stopped. Medications allow him to move, but when they wear off, stiffness and tremors take control. Brain surgery offered partial relief, but not a cure. Acting became harder as memory challenges grew, leading him to step away fully by 2019. And yet, through every setback, his family has remained his anchor. Tracy's steady strength. His 4 children growing up with honesty instead of fear. Laughter filling rooms that could have been heavy with sorrow. Today, when fans see his family close beside him, it is not just about decline, it is about devotion. It is about a man who once outran time in a DeLorean, now learning to move at a different pace, supported by the people who matter most. The diagnosis was tragic. The progression is real. But what defines this stage of his life is not just illness. It is resilience, love, and the quiet courage of facing each day exactly as it comes.